My name is Amos Stinson. We are at St. Louis Bertrand Church, my home parish. I go to theological college at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. So I grew up in Louisville. I grew up going to St. Patrick Church out in Middletown. Was confirmed at St. Martin of Tours Parish, went to Trinity High School, and graduated from the University of Louisville. My vocation story started around the time I was 18 or 19 years old. I remember the first time I ever told anybody about my vocation was to my mom in the car, and we were on our way to church, and I just blurted out, I think I might be called to be a priest. And I started tearing up a little bit. My mom did too. It was an emotional moment, but it didn't really go anywhere from there. It was just a thought, a seed that was planted. Ended up going on a retreat to see if my vocation was legit, to test my call was actually the name of the retreat. But I was dating at the time, and I got back from the retreat and nothing really came of it. So a few years later, ended up meeting with the vocations director. Didn't really go anywhere after that. Didn't really want to tell anybody that I was discerning a vocation. I told my parents, but that was about it. So at that time, I was in my 20s, was just hanging out with friends and dating many girls and living just a standard 20-year-old's lifestyle. So a few years after doing that, I ended up meeting an amazing young woman who I got engaged to, and we were planning a wedding and was fully planning on marrying her, but God had other plans for me. So there was just one day when I was sitting in my office at work, and I felt a very strong call, and I did not hear a voice, but the call in my mind was, you could be a priest. So at that point, my mind started to spiral, and for several days, I was just frightened. I didn't want to think about it. I wanted it out of my head, but I could not let it go. So ended up talking about it with my fiance, and after a couple of months, decided to break off the engagement. And so I would be able to discern priesthood. So I did that for a summer and went around to different churches and helped serve Mass and told lots of people that I was discerning. It was very different than the first time around, where I did not really tell anybody. And I had many people praying for me and supporting me financially with their prayers, with just many different ways that people are just very generous, and they want good priests. So after a few months of doing that, finally decided to take the leap into seminary, and I ended up going to the Catholic University up in DC, and I've been there for 2 years now.